How you guys doing? Today we're going to be looking at King Arthur's Legend Rise, because honestly, I've been playing this game and I've been honestly enjoying it, and to the point where I might even start covering content for this game on a channel. And I wanted to give you guys, all the Sneaky Army, a first look at this game if you've never played it, because it is a hero collector game where you can just casually play every day and you're basically grinding up your heroes to tackle hard bosses and different PvP in the game. So let's have a dive in to some King Arthur's Legend Rise. So welcome, this is what your main UI will look like when you're playing King Arthur's Legend Rise. It is a nice castle that you will be working on and leveling up as you kind of progress through the story. Obviously, you've got your main account level up here that increases the stronger your overall hero collection gets, which is kind of cool. And then on top of that, you've got a bunch of different content on the bottom right side, which we're going to showcase. But at the end of the day, King Arthur's Legend Rise is a hero collector, right? So at the end of the day, you're collecting all these different heroes in the game, right? And there's so many heroes that you can get, and I hadn't got, you know, all of them, right? There's so many that you can honestly get. It's kind of crazy when you see them all. However, when it comes to your heroes, you are basically trying to bring a team of 4 heroes that is either a damage dealer, a tank, a healer, or a support of some sort. And you're going to need basically a nice synergistic team to conquer different content. And the way you can actually check out what your heroes do if you're checking out this game for the first time is their skills are split into 2 different areas. You've got your main info tab here, which does showcase all of the passive abilities that you're unlocking as you're leveling up your heroes. And you'll see legendary heroes do have access to more passive skills compared to other heroes in the game, but that doesn't mean a legendary is obviously the go-to, and I will explain that later down the line in a future part when we go down the content. But when you go to your relics, this is where your actual abilities lie. And this is where it's kind of cool, because in this game, every hero, as you can see, has 3 different relics that you can potentially summon and unlock for them. And the beautiful thing about this is it changes their kit and what they're going to be providing into the battlefield. So at the moment, I was lucky enough to get Bendevier here, and he has on top the Frost Relic. So this gives you 1 attack, deals 50% attack, and 60% chance to give you critical strike rate 2 for 1 turn, right? And this obviously skill levels up, as you can see, when you get more chivalry, which will go down in a moment, and to increase this. But then you've got, again, intimidation. This does another amount of damage. If you crit, you get to do another strike. And then on the third one, you do a massive AoE, but you ignore actually like 5% of the enemy's defense, which is kind of really good. Again, absolute monster. But then if you look at his other actual one, so we've got this wind relic, this wind spear here, you'll notice he attacks 1 enemy, 6% chance, again same skill. But if we look at his skill 2 now, he gains crit rate increase 2 for 3 turns now, instead of the way his other skill worked, and he just hits you once for 140%, and this increases each time you're leveling up that skill. And then his ultimate definitely changes, attack 1 enemy twice, and it ignores 5% of the defense. So it's all single target instead of AoE, as you can see, or hitting 2 enemies with the other relic. So this is kind of where you can choose what skills you have equipped. And the thing is, if you go into your actual hero collection, because this is King Arthur, obviously you have your Arthur character, and if you go to your relics, you'll notice already from just completing the storyline, you will unlock the different relics to summon for this hero. So this is kind of the whole premise of the hero collection and kind of the relic collection for your account. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, right? You use relics to switch up your main skills that you're going to use in the different types of content in the game. And let's just showcase that, right? Because in the main content down at the bottom right corner, these are the 4 main areas that you can kind of do anything in, depending on what teams you're bringing. You got the Colosseum, which is, as you can imagine, your PvP. So this is season 12 in the PvP arena. And if you are wondering, all of your accounts are on the same server, guys. So everyone is in the same pool. So in theory, if you start a new account like me at the same time, you could be fighting my account and battling me in the PvP arena, which is kind of cool. And then obviously later on, if you enjoy the game and you've grinded all the way to the end game like all of the other top players, well, you could be attacking some of the best players in the game and trying to climb those leaderboards. So it's a really interesting concept that everyone is in the same pool. I've not personally played a game like that because everyone generally is in a different server. So that's kind of how the PvP system works. And I will show you what combat is like because I'm obviously going to do that in a moment. The clan area is the same. You've got your own clan. You've got a clan shop that you can buy stuff in. And we can't do them at the moment because we kind of completed them, but you've got the clan raids. So when you're able to, you can actually jump in here and actually complete boss raids against other clans, and obviously the better you do, the better rewards you get as well. So kind of really fun little mini game mode. So here you've got your restricted area and then the main story. So what you try to do as a player is complete your main story. This is what unlocks all the different new content and all the new mechanics in the game. And what I actually will say, because I've been playing this game nice and casually, it is refreshing because it gives you a mechanic all the time and it doesn't flood you with all the mechanics that you need to worry about all at once. And that is honestly quite overwhelming if you've never played a hero collector game like this before, like myself. So I've actually really enjoyed this experience. So by completing this, you'll see I will unlock equipment crafting in chapter 7. And obviously once we complete that, we will be able to access chapter 8. And when you complete all of your main chapters, guys, there is a harder difficulty and a hell difficulty where you get even better rewards. And you'll notice each time you complete these chapters, which I need to go back and do, you're going to get a bunch of actual rewards for your account, which is really, really nice. And whenever you get to a point where you're stuck and you can't technically kill that boss, what the game tells you to do and what you learn to do from just playing is do one of two things. You can kind of go into adventure for a little bit. This allows you to go into the actual open world map, which I'll showcase here, and you can actually roam around, have a little bit of fun, freedom, a little bit like a top-down MMO action RPG, and you can actually go around this whole map and search, and if you want to, there's all the little different hidden chests and stuff that you need. But you can get all these extra goodies for your account, and by doing that, you actually get big, big rewards. And just to get out of it, all you have to do is actually just hit up here and go back to your estate, which is great. So now let's showcase what you want to do, because that is the main PvP, right, of the game, what you're able to do. Because again, if you're maybe hitting a wall on story, you can go to the restricted area, and this is where you can go to power up dungeons and actually power up your account. So here you can see hero advancement. So these are the materials you actually need to level up all your heroes to max level. This is the gold and actual XP potions that you need. And you can see I've actually got quite a decent amount of gold stacked up ready to level up what heroes I need. And then you got the relic power advancement. This is something you unlock later on, so you can upgrade your relics, and then awakening relics, right? So again, nice, easy to understand. And the way this works is you can enter here, you can complete the different bosses, and you just go down the level difficulty, and it just keeps scaling up. And you can see here what the little boss kind of telling you, you know, fire beats wind, wind beats ice, ice beats fire. And every time you do a first clear, you're gonna get some nice expected rewards. But if we come back in, you will see you're able to repeat battle, and this will give you some common XP, but the main things you're bothered about are these mana orbs to upgrade your heroes. So here we're gonna showcase a little bit of some gameplay. So I'm going to be running here my Benevere and Morgan with a healer and K. And the thing is, K you will unlock for free as a free-to-play player, which I am doing, by the way, completely free-to-play on this account. And K is a really powerful hero that you can use. If you get Morgan, Morgan's not too bad too, and you're going to see that in this kind of instance. And what you can do is choose the battle multiplier. So this allows you, as you can see, to clear the outcome and get a ×3, if you want, equivalent rewards. And it's obviously going to consume 3 times the amount of your energy. So if you go up here, you'll see it's 24 but I'm getting triple the rewards. And what you can also do, maybe once you've completed and you've done level 42 like I have, you can even repeat battle and just let this auto play through and just use your stamina to do that, right? So you'll see that in a moment, which I'm going to go in. But if we hit start battle, let's showcase some King Arthur gameplay finally. So you guys know, hopefully now, the general gist of this game if you've never seen it before. And tell me if this is something interesting to you, because I might bring it to the main channel or I might bring it to my second channel, which is MrSneakyy Plays, right? But here we've got the auto feature on with ×3, so I'll put it on ×1 so you can kind of see it is auto playing at the moment. But if I turn it off, we get into the turns. So if I kind of hide myself or lower myself a little bit, you'll see just literally here is the turn order. So this is the turn order, and you can see how my heroes and the boss are going to attack. And because it's my turn, I've got 3 different abilities. Your A1, so this Z ability on the PC client, is your standard attack. And this will always generate you an action point, which is the main resource to cast your main abilities. My second ability is going to cost me 2 action points, and then my final ultimate ability is going to cost me 3. And if you want to know what they do, you can hold onto the skills and it will bring it up here. So you can see if I land an attack here, it's going to critical strike and hit the guy. If I go over to the third skill, you'll see I'm able to attack 2 enemies and actually do some damage. So I'm actually able to hit the barrier on this boss and actually do some damage to that left tusk. So that's what we're going to do just to kind of showcase. I'm going to use 3 vigor to do that, and then boom. When it goes to my next hero's turn, you will see I will go up to 3 vigor, right? So boom, we've just generated 1. So every turn, no matter what, you will generate 1 vigor, and if you want to generate any more, you're going to need to use your A1 to do so. And this is where, obviously, a lot of the gameplay and basically strategy comes involved in this. And I honestly have fallen in love with it. So this is an attack on all enemies 4 times, which we're gonna do because it's gonna break the shield, which we're gonna maybe talk about in a future video. I don't want to blow your minds on how to defeat certain bosses. If you guys want me to do that, I will happily bring that here. But this is a nice, perfect example where I can't use my A2 or my A3 here. I don't have enough vigor, but it's okay because I looked at my turn order, I knew my healer was up next, and I'm just going to use my A1. It's just going to basically generate now, as you can see, an extra attack point and heal one of my units. And that's basically the general gameplay of it. And you're going to have to obviously figure out what one you need to do all the time. So this one's pretty good. Attacks all enemies 3 times, especially on this boss. And you might see a common theme that I'm trying to do on this boss to kind of ease you guys in. But you need to try and attack as many times as possible, right? Without obviously breaking all of your good old action bar here. And I'm going to showcase some insane damage in a second on what you're able to do with some of these heroes, and just to give them a little bit of a spotlight. So this is Kay, and Kay is honestly a really powerful hero. She's able to do quite a lot when it comes to basically her attacks, right? So if we go on the A3 again, this is going to deal insane AoE damage, and now you'll notice I've broken through that shield because I've attacked technically so many times, and that left tusk is getting lower. So now what we're going to do is do the A2 on our Morgan, do some big damage on this. Again, nice bit of AoE, hit the tusk, because when you break that tusk there, you'll see if you go up to the top, it is immune because of it, and it does basically empower the warthog here. So it's a really important thing to break. So we're going to target this and try and break it through our main skill. We hit a critical there. Nice to do that, but this is where the big damage comes from. A2 from Bendavir, crit rate up. Boom! Look at that chunk. Love it. Absolute love it. Massive chunks. We're going to almost finish this left tusk down. Big turn. What we're going to do here, we could have a couple of options. I could, in theory, heal my entire team, right? And it's going to go to the Warthog's turn. So I know he's going to do some big damage, so I can technically basically avoid that. Or I could use the A2, and that means my Bendavir again gets to use his A2, which be really interesting because I can combo Otherwise, it's Benevia's turn and he has to use his A1, which I think would be enough anyway for the left tusk. So what we're going to do is do a full heal. And this is kind of where I've been really enjoying playing King Arthur. And you guys can see why. It's all of the different, you know, choices you have to make. So here we've got a little turn skip because everyone got a speed up or something. We've got K here. So K is going to break through that. Boom! Massive break. So we've killed the Tusk almost here. And he's got his barrier back up. So all we have to do now is obviously get that barrier back down. So here, this is attacking all enemies, which we're going to do. So if we attack all enemies, as you can imagine, bang! Left tusk now destroyed. Its attack has been reduced. And all we got to do is focus on the warthog. And the best way to kill the warthog is just basically hit it as many times as you can. It's all about hits to reduce this barrier. So certain heroes are really good for doing that compared to other heroes, right? And that's kind of where the whole hero collecting of this game comes in. This attacks for 4 times, which is pretty good, which we're going to do. It gives us a nice crit as well for our next turn when hopefully we burn through this. We're going to hit the A2 again with Benevia. You can see it does sometimes trigger, as you can see, boom, the barrier and the barrier hit again, because it doesn't technically, but you know, not crit. It can crit, but the barrier just absorbs the damage. So here we're going to do it again, attack all enemies 3 times, and hopefully this should be, bang, the shield popped. So now we can go into our kind of healing and attack phase. So we're going to heal up our big boy. He's going to do some damage. We expect this through. And we just got to keep going through with the big hits now. So my Benevia, I'm going to A2 this bad boy. And you're going to see some big damage, hopefully. Boom! Massive chunk. Absolutely love it. Now in with K. Big chunk again. Look at that. She's a rare hero, by the way, guys. I just wanted to make that clear. She is a rare hero in this game. And what we're going to do is purposely attack just so I can get a nice AoE heal. I don't want all of my units dying here. It's a bad time for them to die through this AoE. That's going to potentially hit them. But we got through it. So K, we're going to actually A1. She does some insane damage. Look at that. Even with the A1, not even just the A2. It's really important to obviously cycle and think of what heroes do what. And you can see for me, my Benevia is my big damage dealer. Even my Morgan does some okay damage, and my K does some great damage. The thing with our actual Morgan, when you put an A3, it actually allows my thing to take more damage, and it does do a really good chunk, as you can see there on itself. So his bar's about to go up. He's going to get his shield back. But you know what? We've done a really good job getting that barrier down. But this is the core gameplay of King Arthur's Legend Rise. And you can imagine when you're getting later down on the harder difficulties, the more bosses that come into the game, the different amount of strategies and teams that you need to think of to kill them, right? Certain bosses are going to need you to, for example, block debuffs or remove debuffs or add a damage over time to the boss, right? There's a lot of different things that could go into it, right? Which I think is a really cool aspect that I've never really enjoyed before until now. So let me know, guys, you know, if you really do enjoy what you're seeing here, because if you are, I'm happy to obviously cover King Arthur Legend Rise as we finish killing, hopefully, this boss. We're going to do a big AoE heal. He's going to try and hit me in a second. I'm not feeling that hit. I'm going to be honest. I'm really not. So Benevia, do your A1. K can do an A2. And hopefully punch through this good old barrier. Boom. There we go. So we're back into the damage phase. And this is where we should hopefully kill him. We should hopefully kill him. So Morgan's turn. She's got an A1 and A2. And to be honest, I need to have this guy's A2 up. So what we can do is A2 on her, A1 the healer, and an A1 onto Benevia. So here we go. Boom, we've got our A2. Bam. And now Benevia is 2 again. Boom. 60.8k. Let's go. So there we go. Victory. And we killed that boss. And because we have the ×3 multiplier on, we got ×3 the rewards. And that is honestly all of King Arthur. And you can see how much damage everyone did. You can see how much healing everyone did too, which is a really cool factor. You can see the offense, the defense, the skill usage as well. There's a lot of information that you can break down on this game, which makes it really, really, really interesting. So that is the end of the video. That is my first, honestly, video for King Arthur's Legend Rise. And tell me what you guys think to it, because honestly, I have been really enjoying this game. If you want me to make some content on it, some guides, and get really nitty gritty, let me know, because I do know some content creators that probably would help me out with a couple of collabs to get more informed when it comes to King Arthur. So with that, smash like, comment, and subscribe. It's been a pleasure. And just to remind you guys, this video wasn't sponsored. This is just me on my spare time trying to spice up my channel, make it a little bit more of a variety mobile gaming channel than just a Forex city building one. So with that, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay sneaky, and peace out.